right. We're alive, we're alive, we're alive. Crazy market. Something that happens, well, once every decade, they say, apparently, or something like that. Crazy market. Last couple days. There's a lot of opportunity. I'm happy I did some withdrawals. Otherwise, I might have got cooked. You guys see, I didn't set any signals, haven't streamed because the market's been pretty crazy. It's not really a market you can send signals in right now. The 1 minute candles are moving like, the 1 minute candles are literally moving like 300 pips, 500 pips. Like you got 5 minute candles literally moving like $50. So yeah, right now, environment, something you got to gauge. You got to adapt to the volatility. Right now, there's a lot of volatility in the markets. You got 5 minute candles. You got 5 minute candles moving $50 right now. $50, $60. Like, you know, you got candles like this right here. That's a 5 minute candle. It went from 51.50 dropped down over $50. Like, you got 5 minute candles right now that are moving. There's reactions. There's solid reactions, but I'm not trying to send any signals and, you know, damage January. We had a good January. I'm not trying to send signals and then, you know, there's solid reactions happening, but like you're getting 5 minute candle, like this 5 minute candle literally dropped $100. You're getting 5 minute candles dropping literally a lot. Market's probably at that point of like extreme pain now. Like, it's in a huge area. Like, you're gonna have to use bigger zones. You're gonna have to use bigger zones right now. Like, you're gonna have to maybe try to adapt to the trade smaller. You're gonna have to trade smaller too. Unless you're really just waiting for that, because there's solid reactions right now. If you catch the right entry, there's a lot of pips to catch. Up here, there was like a solid sell, like right up here. After it pulled back, like gold dumped, and it was the only thing that recovered. It literally recovered 50% of the move, like the same day. Everything dumped. Crypto dumped. Crypto did. Crypto dumped. Gold dumped. Everybody was thinking crypto was gonna pump. When gold dumped, and crypto dumped more. Liquidity, like global liquidity is up, and gold and silver are like following that, and crypto is not at all. But you can see how fast some assets can go up, like silver, for example, how fast it went up in months or in the year, and how much money was added to it. If they're gonna take the liquidity from gold to crypto, I'll tell you guys who, like a lot of people, we all think that's gonna happen. Like gold, the liquidity is gonna go from gold to crypto. That's gonna take a while. And by the time they do that, by the time they sell off and collect and sit on their cash and their liquidity, like they'll probably drive crypto to cheaper prices. So when they sell off all that gold and stuff, like they're gonna drive the crypto will probably be driven to cheaper prices when they do that. Because think about how fast the market can go up. So like if that happened right now, Bitcoin would explode to like 200K, right? Because it would happen so fast. It's gonna take time for that to happen, and when it happens, they're gonna do it when Bitcoin's at a cheaper price, when it's burnt everyone out, when it's really like just like shocked everyone, when it really shocks everyone, like it's like, oh my god, what, like when everyone gets shocked and says, what the fuck happened to Bitcoin? Like, what I mean by shocked is like if you've been in crypto for years, if you've been in crypto since like 2020 or before that, you've been through shocking moments, like moments where it's like everyone gets shocked, like, oh my god, wow, we're done. Like one of those moments which we've had, but like just even worse, like something that just like shocks everyone. Yeah, like everyone's talking about like gold, they're gonna sell the gold, put it in crypto. That's gonna take time if that happens. I figure crypto will be at cheaper prices when it does, because when it does, it'll go up fast. Look how fast silver and gold went up, for example. So like, well, this is like the first, like silver just did its first correction. So like the moves that happened, it was really like, I mean, we've all been chasing buys, chasing buys, chasing buys, chasing buys. It's been good times. Market got pretty euphoric, pretty greedy. And yeah, this is like, if you look at the daily, like it's the first time these things have really corrected and dropped in the last like 2 months. Well, in the last like month or, yeah, like since December, like they've been steady going up. You had a big drop end of December. You had a really big drop on gold in the end of like coming to the end of December. And after that drop, you kind of just had to wait a couple days. And there was a buying opportunity. So like this drop, like you may have to wait a couple days and see if it flips into a buying opportunity. I mean, because it's like this, it's as big as this, so it could still go down more. Like it's dropped a lot. So like I think like the smartest thing to do is wait a couple days and see like how this drop holds off going into like next week or February. Cause like yeah, it was the biggest drop. Yeah, you've had a drop like this. But, like price didn't go up immediately. I mean, you can see those drops, for example, how the market took some days to actually like make structure after. Like you had this drop back in November. Huge drop. I mean, after a couple days, like market recovered. Same thing with the next one. Like you had a drop here after some days, market recovered. So it'd be better to wait. Like here, you had a big drop. It almost recovered, but then it went down more. So like if you're trying to attempt, like it's maybe looking to attempt like next week or after a couple days, seeing if the market forms rejection. If you're looking for like a swing up or trying to see if this holds like 5K, it'd be better to wait a few days of the market if we're looking for any like buying opportunities. Maybe next week or going into February. Because right now, like even now, like this thing just dropped, like it's moving 30, 40, $50 swings like nothing. And usually those are amounts like we try to target and stuff. Like we only use a stop loss like so big. Like look, it's coming back to like $5,000 almost. Like it was just at 5,100 and we just came back to 5,050. So yeah, it's definitely something we got to be more patient with. Like you know, like if you're used to excessively taking trades, getting in. Like look at the swings that are happening right now. Like you're getting $50 swings. Pretty much like nothing on a 5-minute chart, even like a 1-minute chart. So you're gonna have to like make the zones like every $50, you know, instead of using smaller like every $25 or every $10 and such. Like you may have to spread out with how you look at your prices, how you look at your zones, with this type of volatility in the market. So now, like when you look at like every $50 is moving like you're getting $50 swings like nothing right now on gold. So you're gonna have to use like $50 zones as your areas in this type of market. $25 is gonna be frequent, even though it usually isn't. But right now, it's like with the volatility in the market, prices swinging $50 to $100, like $100 moves like nothing. Like this thing's about to go to 5K from the looks of it. This thing's about to push down to like $5,000 from the looks of it, which is like $100 move. So that's what I would like as we go into like the new month. We're finishing the month off here. It looks like price wants to come down more. If you're waiting, if you're trying to catch the buys, it might be better to wait a couple days and see like how the daily finishes off. Like if the daily, you know, we're literally testing 5K, but normally we'd be like a bit more aggressive, but like normally we'd probably be looking for buys like today, but market could just push down to like $4,900 out of nowhere. Like it's out, like market could just push down to 4,900 out of nowhere. So like normally on a Friday, like right now with the movement, we'd probably be looking for buys on a day like today. But honestly, with the volatility, this thing could just drop down to $4,900 today. So yeah, everybody's been asking me like, why is Evan not sent? I haven't traded in the last day. I haven't sent any signals because I was like, yo, I'm not gonna. Last signal I sent was yesterday morning before market even dumped. It hit all take profits. Last signal that I sent was yesterday. So yeah, with this volatility, like we gotta just approach sessions time. Like New York session is gonna be crazy probably. So I'll probably just stick to like Tokyo session, closer to London session. I don't know, it's just adapting to it one day at a time. Not overthinking too much. It's Friday and I don't know how we're gonna finish the day. Like we're testing 5K right now. We're literally coming, this is like the first huge pullback we've had, so it's like questionable if it holds 5K. Like does it hold 5,000 for the day? Does it hold it going into next week, the new month? It's a huge area you can see the market has corrected to, and a pretty like, I would say prime price, $5,000. It came all the way back to 5,000, topped out at 5,600. So like right now, going into the new month, and like you gotta understand too, it makes sense that we had a big pullback because like we are nearing the end of the month. So it's like the month can only go up so much. It finally made that high of the month. I thought it was going to come in at a lower price than that. So like, yeah, like right now it's like we're coming back all the way to $5,000. Biggest pullback we've seen in ever. It's the biggest pullback I've ever seen. So I mean, maybe next week or going into February, like the market tries to defend this area, but there's a lot of volatility in that. It's not just like an easy setup. Like it's a big area, and right now, like we literally just saw gold almost just dropped $100. Normally, we're looking for like those moves, like as like long-term targets or something, and just now it's happening literally in like 1 minute charts. So you have to wait for good prices. I mean, if the market gives you reactions, take reactions. Like now's where it's like less is more. Like try to take fewer trades until you like adapt to this nature of the market. I mean, it's at 5,000. Normally, we'd be looking at like a $5,000 trade. Like if you look at the market right now, and depends on your risk appetite. Like trade at your own risk. Trade at your own. I'd say trade at your own risk right now. Like, you know, 5,000 tapped. Like this area. Like, look, we're testing 5K right now. But normally we'd be looking at the market like, okay, can we reject this area, $5,000 level? Maybe it rejects. This area has some bounces, has maybe some reactions, but I mean, if it doesn't hold that area, we know it'll probably just keep going down more. So I wouldn't stay glued to it. I wouldn't stay glued to the market like right now. If like one setup doesn't work, then it's like I said, maybe wait for next week or see where the market is at the end of the day. Yeah, it is like just under 5K. Like literally, like I said, like the reason I haven't sent signals or streamed is because I'm like, yo, there's literally like it's hard to send. Like there's like I debated on sending a signal. The reason I say this because I was almost gonna send a signal somewhere. I forget where. Where was it? What price was it? I forget. It was like 5,200 or something. Was it in here? Might have been like somewhere around here. Like I was almost gonna send a signal somewhere, and yesterday, and then it just wouldn't have worked, and I was like happy I didn't. I was like, okay, it's a good thing I didn't send that signal. You're testing 5K right now, like 4 hour. You could wait for like a 4 hour close. Like this thing's just been steady down, so like maybe if the 4 hour close is bullish around $5,000, you have like a swing there, or maybe some recovery, but sells have been working. Like it's just been steady, kind of doing break and retests ever since here. There's been probably on like a bunch of time frames, like different break and retests to go with this along the way. And like the 30 minutes been rejecting pretty clean. Something in the 15-minute. There's been pretty much like some break and retests happening along the way. Maybe even a few on the 5-minute that might be visible. And like if when the market's just flowing one direction, like if it has flow one way, like those are the setups that you may be able to find inside of something that's just going, break and retest, continuations inside of that. It's kind of like how the market was. It's like when the market's just going up, there's a lot of setups on different time frames inside of that you may be able to spot. Like on the 1 hour up here. On the 1 hour, there's like a sell up here you can see. Like up here, 1 hour rejection. So it's like different time frames, you might be able to spot different things. But when you break it down, you'll see more. Like if you go to a 30-minute, you might be able to spot different zones on a 30-minute that you didn't see on a 1 hour or 15-minute that you didn't see like on the 30-minute or the 1 hour. That pretty much just line up like break and retest continuation inside the trend. And if the market just keeps flowing down, that's like you'll see a lot of those setups kind of inside. Like little ones even on like a 5-minute that are like this, just break and retest. Pullbacks. Like here, different zones, different areas that when the market's dropped, they could pull back into, continue, pull back into, continue. When it has like steady flow like this, you may be able to like see like literally 5-minute chart right now can give you some areas. You may be able to see it when it's trending. Like something like this right here, it didn't pull back, but even something like that low right there, it didn't pull back, but something like that. Even the 5-minute chart, like you could see having areas where price breaks down, pulls back into it, reaction. 5-minute areas, like even in here, chart breaks down, pulls back into it, reaction, breaks down. $5,000. Do we hold it for the day? It's questionable. It's Friday. Market's ending off the day very low, like not the day, like it's still early in the day, but if it holds, it's questionable. Like it's Friday. You have to watch it for now. Like you don't have to. We could guess right now and say, yeah, 5K is gonna hold, but we could wait for the 4 hour to see if the 4 hour closes bullish. We could guess and say, yeah, 5K is probably gonna hold. 5K area. That's why I like it. Like even scaling in your trades, like around prices, catching like you know what I like to do. I like to put the different entry points with this volatility. That's That's why I do that too. Like the different entry points is because volatility. I started doing that a while ago because like times like this, there would be so much volatility. So instead of putting one big trade at once, like I've done it for years. If you've seen the screenshots on my trades, I've done it for years because of times like this where there's a lot of volatility. And if I have a good price, I have a good area, I'll enter around that price, maybe even a little bit below the price. Like if I'm trying to buy off of 5,000, okay, it's okay if I get a couple buys even below 5,000, maybe at 4,995, 4,998, 4,999, 97, you know, maybe around the price as an area. That's where, like, in times like this where there's a lot of volatility, instead of just putting one big lot size down, you could spread that lot size out around an area, around a price, around an area where you see a setup. So you're not just all in. Because if you put a big lot size down at once, and next thing you know, market drops 50 pips, 100 pips easy. It's nothing right now, right? The market's making these big swings. So you may want to learn how to gauge in your setups, like scale in your setups. Instead of putting like one big, unless you're using like, unless you have your stop loss level defined, you know, you're getting a good entry. But like, the market could be very sporadic fluctuations right now. Like look, this thing just went from 95 to like 13. Like it just moved $20 up and $20 down. It just went up $20 and down $20. Normally that's our take profit. Like $20, $30 moves around there, right? Like normally that's like a take profit. If you look at the 1 minute, this thing just went up literally $20, down $20. Like it's moving fast. So in times like this, even like, you know, like let's just say as an example, you were buying at let's say you wanted to buy at 5K when it first came. You would have went in a drawdown. Like see, you would have went down $20. So instead of having that big lot size at 5K, it's like, okay, let me just scale in small, maybe in a $5 to $10 area around that price. So if it does pop up, I can quick catch that reaction. Like right now, scalping gold, you can get hundreds of pips just scalping it, right? Like right now, you see how it just, like 5K is a good entry. $5,000 is a good entry, but I can maybe grab some price fills below it, right? If I think it's going to pop up above 5K, right? Because like you literally just saw this thing just move $10. Like they literally just moved another 83. There we go, another like over $10, almost $20 move on the way. 83.90. There's a $20 move right there. It just went from 83 to, there you go, 07. Over $20 move right there. So if I'm buying at 5K, if I'm like I want to buy at 5K, right? I could spread some different entries out around that price, right? Like, okay, see like here for instance, see how I have 001 spread out instead of one big lot size at 5K. Right, I could have one big lot size at 5K. And it's like, oh, I'll go in that drawdown. Yeah, I'll go and profit what the profit is. But for the volatility, it's like the volatility might shock you right now. Like how you're used to trading. The reason I say this is because let's say you go place a trade on gold and you buy or sell. And it's like next thing you know, market's $20 against you. And you're like, whoa, what the heck? You're not used to it, right? So just to gauge control in that volatility, so you're not placing a trade and next thing you know, the market's $20, $30 against you and you're just like, holy smokes, what just happened? And then it flies back up $20, $30 real quick. See, so 5K, for example, 5K is holding. Might be buys at 5K. If it comes back, it might be trying to flip 5K. Like it's Friday, end of the week. Are they trying to buy the dip to end the week off? Like they have the last 4 weeks in a row. Every Friday has been a buy in the last 5 weeks. Every Friday has been a buy in the last 5 weeks. Pretty much. Every Friday has been a buy the last 5 weeks. If you've, I think 4 or 5. I think every single Friday. If you look at gold, every single Friday, it's pretty much like done the same thing. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Every single Friday. The last 4 or 5 Fridays, I think it is. What are you guys saying in the chat? Yeah, it could go down. The weekly candle closes like this. Any trades? Could have bought at 5K. Could have, see, like, it just made a 400 pip move off of 5K. Like, that's the thing. Like, right now, it's hard. Like, it's like, the reactions are so quick. Like, yeah, it literally just went up $40. And it's like, you look at the chart on the 4-hour and it's barely moved. It's like made a little wick. Oh, yeah, if this week, I'm looking at the chat right now. If this week closes bearish, next week goes down, possibly there could be an extension of this move. It could like what happened in like October, November. It could be an extension of this move, yeah. Crypto's dumping. That's what you guys think. Let's see if Trump starts a war before market close. Someone said in the chat. I mean, yeah, there's still that situation. I wonder how that's gonna escalate. Have any of you guys been keeping up with that news? There's still been that situation, yeah. I wonder, like, he tends to do things on the maybe Saturday, like, well, I wonder what he's gonna do this weekend. Went back to weekly open. Gold definitely went back to that daily level. Maybe Sunday it'll make a move. Are you still bullish on gold? I mean, yeah, we got new Fed announcement. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed. Powell just finished talking. Went back to weekly open. Would have blown my account prior to inner circle. Now patience is strong. Yeah, that's a good thing to notice. See, those are the testimonials I got a lot. I got a lot of those types of testimonials where it's like you can notice your old self. You can notice your old self. It's good you can notice. It's self-awareness right there. Self-awareness. You can notice your old self. You know, like, that's called growth right there. If you can look back and say, normally I probably would have blown my account or something like this. Normally I would have lost or been, yeah. If you want to become more self-aware, patience, one thing. Came back to the weekly open. Am I looking for sells? Not here. Like, here it's anything like it's a buy the dip situation, right? Like this. I'm just looking at what some of you guys are saying in the chat. I know a lot of us are feeling bearish now. I don't want to be optimistic. Yeah, I know a lot of us are feeling bearish now. I saw the chats. Everyone was like, where'd this guy go? Why am I not streaming? Well, man, when you're getting these, like, see, $5,000, if you go look at the last weeks, I'm pretty sure every Friday would have been a good buy. Every Friday ended off like here, Friday. Thursday going into Friday. That's Friday. Every Friday was like the perfect buy the last weeks. Maybe they dumped the market so they can just rebuy it. I don't know. Like, every Friday they've pretty much, like, yeah. Except for this one. Except for that one. We're already dumping. They made the dump. A lot of Fridays have just like carried on into the next week as like buys. Friday. Not this one. This one dumped. But then set up for the buy. See, a lot of Fridays have been interesting. And yeah, we dumped all the way back to 5K psychological level. Like someone said in the chat, where the market opened and where last Friday was, pretty much. Like, we're pretty much like where structure is. Like, it had to pull back because like there was no structure. Like, how would we have played this? It's like up here, it's like there's no structure. So now it's fine. It's actually pulled back to like a structure area here at the left. $5,000 is a psychological level. Very psychological, I would say. Is it swings into next week? You would have to hold over to the weekend if that's what... You would honestly have to hold into the weekend to see if it's trying to go for that. It might. I've done it 2 weeks in a row and it's played out for me big. I had buys last Friday and I held them over the weekend. Market opened. It was very rewarding. And then 2 weeks ago, it was even more rewarding. I had buys on Friday and thing blew up. I had buys on gold and silver. So like I mean like they could have dropped this because like think about it. How much percentage did this drop? 12%. Huge. Like that's a big drop that they could be trying to recover going into like next week possibly. Or even new month. Think about it, new month. Also a new month coming into the market. It could have been, I'll show you what it also could have been. That end of the month, like if you look at seasonality, that drop going into February. Big drop going into February. Maybe this is the start of that big drop or part of it. 5K, like if like $5,000, it's a psychological level. So it's like maybe the first attempt to see if this is a buy the dip. Like might take swings to do so. $5,000. You know, maybe that first like threshold for a big buy the dip, or it extends and still like February. Like if you look at seasonality, like it tends to actually January tends to be a very strong month for gold. So does February, but there can be a major correction. And like you have, it could be like the daily, like if we go here, this one drops, looks like it was going to recover but then extended and then reversed. I don't know, I think like if it's a buy, like we'll know like in the next, like we're gonna find it next week or two because we're going into February, so it's like we'll know early on if buyers are going to defend this area or if we're going into like a bear market. But seasonality could be something to consider as well. Like January tends to be strong. You look at this going into February, end of the month, end of January. So it's Friday market ending off low. Throughout 2025, when we've seen that, like we've seen this even in 2025 for those who followed. Interesting situation we've seen before. Friday, market ending off low, big buy the dip. Could be a risky one if you're trying to hold over the weekend for like buys or something here. I don't know if any of you guys caught entries down there. It was literally just at 5K and moved up $40, $50, almost $60 almost. Yeah. So right now it's like looking for good prices. Probably gonna have some rejection here. Now that's at like a $50 level. Like looking for good prices, good pullbacks, good prices, good moves. Like not trying to chase every move. Like sticking to those key prices like we saw there. 5K would have been like a good area to try to trade around. Spread yourself around out small, because you could, right now it's a market environment, you can spread yourself out small and still like catch. As you can see, like this thing just went up $60. Whew. There we go. There's that. Felt great. So I mean, like swings, like just like sometimes it like over the last 2 months, like there's been some easy like opportunities, and the market will do this. You got to remember, this happened in October. For some of you guys, this is a new experience. Like holy shit, like it's a lot. It's crazy, right? But like some of you guys who have been through experiences like this with me, where it comes off as like shocking. You gotta remember, like even back in October, November, if anybody remembers, there was great times. Like before that, like if anybody remembers, like the September, October, like end of August, all the way to October, that was just easy times for us. Just like easy times. And this is what like years ago, like in the 2021 bull run, like in crypto, in 2021 bull run in crypto, like I came up with, I said a quote, like you got to accept the good times. When the good times are there, you just got to like take them. There's always going to be good times when they're there. Like you got to, like when your crypto bags pump, you got to take the good times. Like you got to accept it for what it is. Like value it, because times will come. Like if anybody remembers this, everyone got fucked here. This was like up to that point, that was like the biggest drop we seen. We were all like, holy shit. Like up to that point back in October, everyone was like, what just happened, right? Up to that point, it was the biggest drop we ever seen. Everyone got fucked. It was like, wow. It was like a new experience or something that shocked the market. But before that, it was just easy times, doing the same thing over and over again, works, doing the same thing over and over again, works, until it doesn't. So something could work 20 times in a row, and then one time it doesn't. And that one time might be, it was more extreme than you're prepared for. So you always have to understand, like, in good times, the market can turn over. Right? The market can always turn over. We've had times like this where it's just good times, easy, steady, easy flow, doing the same thing over and over again, works until it doesn't. And this is the stage where most of you guys lose your trading. This is where trading goes bad for all of you guys. Most of you guys in your years of trading. Someone said in the chat, someone just did a testimonial in the chat and said, would have blown my accounts prior to Inner Circle. Now patience is strong, right? This is a situation where a lot of you guys, your trading probably goes crazy, right? I didn't send any signals because I was like, I said I'm not gonna send any signals in this because I'm gonna show them like patience is key. Like we could still probably find an opportunity without having to be like, oh my god, FOMO into the market. Could have literally waited till could have literally bought at 5K, like literally. If it comes back, maybe I do. Maybe I'll. If it comes back to like 5K, I'll maybe add some buys there around that area. If we come back to there, maybe around there. We probably could. It's like $30 away, which apparently right now isn't a lot. But we've had times like this where it's like you got to remember the market will bend at some point. Like we had a market like this from end of August all the way to middle of October, pretty much end of October. That was just going up. A market that was just going up. Easy buys. Buy the dips. And then eventually that thing turned over and dropped up to 11%. It was the biggest drop we've seen up to this point. Right, gold dropped $496, and then there was a single day where it dropped like $300 and something, $375. Everyone got fucked. It looked like it was going to recover, and then the drop extended, and that went down about 11% there. Since that, market has fully rallied. So since then, this is the biggest drop we've had since then on gold. And that was after a few months of the market rallying extreme, close to the end of the month. Market ends up rallying into the new month. So this and this, these moves up. We've had the same drop twice now. It's just bigger because there's more volatility. When prices go higher, when an asset reaches higher prices, volatility increases. That's why we're seeing higher price. So there's more volatility the higher things go. That's why these drops have only gotten bigger and bigger along the way. Well, maybe one day it's going to be like a 30% drop. But the interesting thing is, like, gold, someone dumped gold and it recovered 50%. It was the only thing that actually recovered very, very quickly. The system is broken. And again, one more down. It may try to recover again. If it has another down, it's going to be trying to play the same game where it's finding those, like, every time it drops, it's trying to find some recovery. Does it try to recover here, back up? Potentially. But there could be another extension. There could be another extension down that takes it into like a bigger wave. That would be like worst case scenario if this area doesn't hold. This first area doesn't hold. Now it's a big drop, but when we look at gold, like, it's not the first time a drop like that. In terms of price, how much price? Yes. Like price, like, okay, the price movement is a factor. Percentage. Back in October, we had a drop just almost as equal, right? We dropped again, like I said, 11.26% now in the same amount of time, pretty much, like day over day, or days, no, not in the same amount of time. Like, let's see, was there a weekend in there? Happened on a Monday? No, like in that day, there was 8%, and then it kept going down. So we did the same thing literally in the last day. Well, last, like, I would say since Wednesday till now, which is like going from Monday, drops down till, that was longer. That took like a week. That was way longer. So this is faster. How does the market react? Like, we're gonna see, like, we could guess. Like, I'm thinking, honestly, maybe 5K holds going into next week, and they try to, maybe there's a buy the dip scenario, and market open, it pumps up, especially if something happens on the weekend or before market close, like whatever Trump says today and whatever he does before the market closes, or this weekend when the market's closed, will have an impact for that too, right? Like whatever he says today, and like that's gonna definitely have some impact there too, right? What if, I don't know, every weekend he does something. So it's like, it seems the last like 5 weeks, every weekend he says something, and obviously market's closed, and then the market opens, and it's like, oh, there's your trade, but you would have had to be in the trade already, or be like literally the second the market opened, like buy or something. I don't know, like, there's risk to take. There might be something here to look at for next week. Like I said, this isn't the first time it's dropped this much. Again, I've been following gold all of 2025 up until now, and there's been numerous amounts of drops. Like, this was another drop back in October. Like, October dropped 9%. So at the time, like, these drops we were seeing back in October, we were seeing big drops back in October. Like, big ones for the time being. It was like, yo, like, now we got used to those drops. Like, there were a few big drops in October. We got used to, after a good amount of them happened, we kind of got used to them. Like, you have this one here, which was like 9%. You have this one here, which was 6%. And then you have up here, market dropped 11%. And then again up here, like, so even in October, like, here's the October. October's weren't as big, but this was last year. like gold dropping percentage wise like this has usually been some of the biggest like ones we've seen in the last year, like 10, 8, 9, 10, 11%. Like usually we're getting like 4, 5, 6. There's one that's 11%. Last time we got one this big was literally October. There's been a few big drops recently, but this one was huge. So I don't know, like if you look at the last big drops, like that was the biggest one. This one was bigger. Similar. Other than that, gold has really dropped like four times. Really, like there's been 4 big drops on gold we can actually see. 4 pretty big ones. I mean, they didn't just fly up. Like all of them didn't just fly up right away. They did form structure too. Like this went up and then it came back. It took some time for it to really rally. Like even like all these drops here, this went up and then it came back and it took time to rally. Here this went up, it chopped around, accumulated, and then it took time to rally. Right? So it's not like, I'm not saying this is just gonna fly up. Like it could recover, come back, and take some time to rally if it's gonna rally back up and hold this. Well, then that's where it's like we go into the conversation of what's happened the last like 5 Fridays. Like if you go to the last Fridays, like literally it's been like, if you had buys the last like 4 or 5 Fridays, I think 5, it would have played out pretty nice. I had buys the last 2, right? But I had an amount in my account. Like I withdrew my account at that point. Like I had buys and I left whatever I left in my account, and I kept an amount of money in my account that I was like, okay, in case. Like I didn't just have like a full account size. I withdrew before I held over the weekend, in case it's like the market went the other way, but it hasn't. But I'm not saying it's going to, but we're just talking about patterns here, right? We're just talking about patterns, right? That's all we're doing. We're talking about patterns. I can't come on here and say it's going to do it. Yeah, guys, but we can look at the last 4 or 5 Fridays and be like, okay, this has happened. This has happened. Maybe try to put things together and say, okay, it's potentially something that could happen, right? Based on how we've seen the last few Fridays. The most interesting one to me was, where was it? Like if you look at the beginning of the month, the Friday had a huge drop. This one was crazy. Friday dropped, and I mean, not really a time you want to take a trade, right? You're not really going to take a trade at that time, right? It's like, oh, it's Friday. I'll wait for Sunday. I'll wait for next week to, you know. It's not really a time you're going to take a trade at 2 p.m. in the afternoon on a Friday, but the market was setting up. So it's like Sunday opens, this thing just moves up right away after it had a pretty intense drop that same day, right? And since then, it's obviously gone up, but like even like this Friday was, I swear, this was pure manipulation here. Look at this Friday right here. I mean, like not really a day you want to be, not really a time you want to be buying, right? Like you're on Friday afternoon, like market did drop. Look, it made this wick, took out the lows, liquidity grab, and next week, there you go. So I'm not saying like even last Friday, like look where last Friday was, perfect buys. It would have been maybe not a trade, not an area like time you want to be holding. I said screw it. I said I bought literally right here before the market closed. I said I'm just gonna hold this, and market opened, made me money. Now we're like lower. Obviously this thing's moved up like $60. Could have bought at 5,000 easily, but we're lower, ending the week off like could try to jump up market open. Oh, next week, yeah, next week. I think I saw they're gonna do it. Are they gonna do a government shutdown? But then next week, yeah, Jerome Powell's gonna get replaced next week. The new Fed chair is going to get announced next week. Oh, market dumped several factors. There was news. I think what was that news? There was some like factory news for USD that came out. We have the Jerome Powell situation. Dumps like this in the last year have happened due to uncertainty. They dumped the market due to, okay, this news just happened. Like a lot of these dumps you're seeing, like they've happened to rebalance. Like you have to rebalance things too. Like something can't just keep going up without having a major correction too, right? You have to have some rebalance in the market as well. A lot of these drops that happened throughout 2025 were happening when there was major geopolitical news and headlines, that it's like the drop happened in essence because there's that news, so they can set up for the buy. Like they do these drops at times. Like you'll get some shocking news that comes out here, like gold. Let's say like gold's going up, gold's rallying, it's pushing up, and then Donald Trump says this, and this, and next thing you know, gold dumps to set up for that buy because this was said. Like this type of dynamic will happen with the market, even when there's news. So like, we might have dumped because of like the fact that like things are still like, what the heck's going on? I think like between like the independency of the U.S., the dollar is pumping. What's crypto doing? I mean, Bitcoin, people ask me, the name of the game in Bitcoin is still accumulate. Whenever liquidity comes to crypto, I don't know if that's going to take 6 months, a year frame, however long frame that's going to take. Gold and silver are following global liquidity. Crypto's not. We all expected it to. It's not. It's because it's like the most riskiest thing. Like the risk appetite isn't there for it. But like if you look at how these metals are moving when liquidity, like gold and silver are following the global liquidity, like the M2 money supply, global liquidity. Crypto, Bitcoin's not. But you could see when something does follow, for example, like silver and gold, they're following global liquidity. Bitcoin is not. Imagine when Bitcoin does. Like, it'll go up fast. Like, it'll go up rapidly, fast. I can't time when that's going to happen perfectly. I don't know when that's going to happen. But, like, if you look at, like, the metals are following global liquidity. Whenever Bitcoin decides to, that'll be like, it'll be pumping like silver, it'll be pumping like gold. I don't know when that's gonna happen. I can't say. I don't have a crystal ball for that, right? So cheaper prices mean more you can accumulate, because like when that comes, whether it takes a year, and if you get cheaper prices, honestly, if Bitcoin goes to 70K, if it goes to 60K, if it goes to 50K, that's good for most people like you guys, because you can accumulate more, right, at cheaper cost if it goes to lower prices. But yeah, like whenever that happens, whenever Bitcoin decides to follow that, like that would definitely be a roller coaster ride. Like how silver moved, how we've seen the metals move. I don't know, it might take a bit of a bear market, like a bear stage for that, for Bitcoin, from the looks of it, before it wants to go through that. Silver came all the way back to $195. Yeah, the big wick on the weekly. I mean, everybody was bearish after this week, and we just kept going up. And everybody was bearish down here, and we just kept going up. So, I mean, like, I'm not listening to what everybody's saying right now. Like, I remember, like, everybody was bearish on these red weeks. Every red week we've had, everybody flipped bearish. I don't know. We just moved up from 5K. Literally $5,000 would have been a snazzy trade. Like, yeah, that, like with crypto, if you go to, like, think about it, if you go to 70K, 60K, I don't know, if you go lower, this is a time where that's a time where those trading profits could add up, right? If you're withdrawing trading profits, it would suck for altcoins. Altcoins will pretty much be dead at that point. Altcoins will pretty much be RKO'd, like dead. At that point. But like, yeah, like gold, like crypto's not falling global, like gold and silver are. I don't know when that's gonna come into Bitcoin. Could take time. We have to see how gold goes first. I don't think gold's over. Remember this, like February, there tends to be like drops near the end of January or like going into February, like a major correction, a major drop on gold going into the February month. And then like into March, there tends to be way of a more major correction. Kind of like a downtrend correction, like a corrective, way more corrective with waves. Go look at what last March did, like February going in, like the end of February going into March. It did exactly this. Last February, March did exactly this. If you go look. We go study last year followed this seasonality. So far this year is. Last year, I think the last like 2-3 years actually followed it pretty well. Last year I know followed it really, really well. I was on it the entire time. This year, starting off like with the January obviously, and maybe like if we look at like close to February, you could kind of see like there is like these crashes or drops, maybe corrections we can call them, that go into February, before February even. Go look at the last 20, I mean, yeah, go look at the last 10, 20 years. Go look at the last Februaries. Like, I mean, last year pretty much, like, look what gold did. Going in, like, February's here. February's bullish last year as well. Gold dropped last day of the month, actually, on Friday, January 31st. Started correcting even before that. And then this is the major correction I was talking about in February that happened last year that shocked everyone. Because I remember this. I was trading it. You can go on my live streams and you can see I was live streaming all January, all February last year. Go back to the streams and you can see. This shocked everyone because we were all bullish, buying the dips. So like, people are coming in asking me, like, Evan, now, like, people are just starting to catch on to the gold wave now. And it shows me, like, people aren't actually like full-time traders. Most people are just like marketers and stuff like that. Like, I'm a full-time trader because, like, I notice people just starting to come into the gold wave now, like catching on to gold the last week or two. Bro, we've been doing the same thing since last January, February here. We've been doing the same thing consistently for a year, while a lot of people are just catching on to what gold's been doing now. Like, oh my God, I'm buying. Like, now the FOMO's starting to kick in. Now, like, the euphoria is starting to kick in, kind of. But you got banks like JP Morgan calling out $8,000 per gold, $6,000 per gold. Most banks are throwing out. You got banks throwing out banks. Like JP Morgan is over here saying $8,000 for gold. Citigroup is saying $150 for silver. You got banks throwing out these $6,000, $6,300, $5,800, $8,000 prices for gold now. Banks, right? So, like, I remember this correction last February. We were on the charts and it shocked all the traders. The group chats were going crazy. Everybody's like, oh my God, what's gold doing? Because up to that point, It was just easy buys, easy buys, easy buys, easy buys, easy buys, easy buys. And then the market turned over and everybody was like, oh my God, what's the market doing? And then that was just ended up being a buy the dip. And then eventually that happened again. Like this has happened time and time again, right? Eventually it ended up happening again up here because once that turned over, it was like, oh, we're back to buys, buys, buys. And then it turned over again. And then the same thing. And then it turned over again. So this psychology between this we've been here before. Maybe it's just way bigger, right? Like, same thing here. It was just easy buys, easy buys, easy buys, easy buys. Everyone was like, oh my God, I got to buy. I haven't been buying. What? Bam. Same thing just happened, like easy buys, easy buys. Late traders. Think about all the traders that just started trading last 2 weeks. Like, I haven't been trading since the beginning of the month. I've been locked in since the beginning of the month, guys. If you've been on the streams, we've been locked in since December 29th. Chasing all the buys, chasing all the buys. FOMO coming in, right? I don't want to say it, but this could easily be one of those buy the dip situations we could see. Like, I don't know how many more times I'm going to be able to say it. Imagine it's 2028 and we're still saying it. Like, who knows if we're going into some crazy times, but someone wrote in Telegram. Someone just wrote in Telegram. We're living in critical times, just as the Bible prophecies foretold. Let's see. Maybe we could be living in some critical times. Yeah, that the prophecies. Gold. Yeah, banks. JP Morgan just called out the other day. $8,000 gold. Let me see if I can find it. Gold, JP Morgan said gold, going to $8,000 19 hours ago at the top. Hey, JP Morgan, 20 hours ago. JP Morgan sees gold $8,000 price by the decade, by decade end. So that's by 2030, by the decade end. By decade end. Great news. You got banks shilling. Banks have been shilling big prices for the last year. Like, banks have been saying 6,000, 5,800. I made a video on all of this. I warned you guys. You guys could have made your money and been done and just went on a vacation by now and said, I don't care what. Like, I gave you guys 1 month ago probably one of the best videos I've ever made. All right. Told y'all. I did tell you guys. Make sure I posted a new video yesterday, 22 hours ago. Go check it out. Go check out the new videos. Go check these videos out. Another signal. That is from another trade that I sent all of you guys. Another trade breakdown. Look at all these trade breakdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All these trade breakdowns are from signals that I've sent you guys. And I got more coming. I got like 4 more coming. Banks, we got banks saying JP Morgan thinks they can zoom past $8,000 in year's end. One reason is retail investors are relying more on gold instead of fixed income as hedged. I could tell you all the reasons. It's just like all the reasons we've talked about up to this point. I think the same reasons. 2025. Like I said in this video. In this video, I said gold's going to go up. I said gold's going to go up in 2026. The same reasons it went up in 2025. So far, 2026, we've gone up for the same reasons we've seen in 2025 with gold. So yeah, maybe it holds. It looks like the 4 hours flipping. We got like 3 hours left on this 4 hour. This 4 hours flipping. I don't know, buy the dip. I don't know how many of these I've called out. Like, the thing is, for anybody who's new here, some of you guys may be new here, and we've been trading these markets for the last year religiously. And there's been, I don't know how many, like, buy the dips I've called out. So I'm going to stick with what I've been doing. I'm gonna stick with what I've been doing, what's worked for me, what I've been doing, right? I'm not switching things up. I'm adapting to the market. But I'm going to treat this how I've treated it all since January of 2025. You can go back to my live streams. I was live streaming all January 2025. Right, where is it? You can go back to the live streams. You can watch those sessions and see how I was talking about the market. There's plenty of good training sessions there. 1 year ago, all the way I was streaming every day pretty much actively, all through January, all through February, before I started the inner circle pretty much in like March. But I streamed a lot those months, January, February, March, streamed a lot. And that was all in here. We were in this market, and that was a very like a market we gained a lot of experience from. So I'm going to treat this pretty much how I've treated before. Like, like I think this, as long as we stay above $5,000, I think this will remain more bullish. Probably a buy the dip situation. Maybe for investors, traders. Someone shorted gold, someone dumped gold, and they might be stuck holding those. Like someone's pushed gold down, and then it recovered. Now it's down even more. So there's a lot of short sellers. If it recovers, there's going to be people stuck holding those short. Because like people selling gold have been getting wrecked too. You got to think like anyone who's shorting gold on paper, holding those shorts, or even silver, they've been getting wrecked by the market. Maybe that's what Trump's trying to do. That's probably what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to screw the banks. There's people like he's pushing gold, pushing silver up. Think about all the people like banks, hedge funds, things that are just like short on silver, paper, like short at these prices, or even short down here, right? All that exposure and just. So yeah, 5,000. I think like watch that maybe going into next week. I don't know. Maybe we hold it. We gotta watch it. If I see any, like I said, like I didn't send any signals. Everybody was wondering like where's the signals yesterday. If the market's not clear to send signals, like yeah, there's reactions, there's price moves, but I'd rather be defensive and not lose people money than just be consistent in keeping the money. It's not about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. You can make $20,000 in a week, and you can lose it the next day. So it's not about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. You can make $1,000 today and lose it all by the end of the trading day. It's not about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. Right? So not every day needs to be a trading day. Sometimes the best day is no trade. All of you guys were in the chat like, "Where's Evan? Is Evan going to send a signal today?" And I'm just looking at the markets like, probably not. Maybe like if I send a signal, you guys will get the notification, right? So just. Ended the trading day off ended the trading week pretty much yesterday. Maybe looking for these swings today, scaling in small and seeing if it holds until next week. But like, yeah, like I'm not going to be sending signals when the market's moving like this crazy, like out of control like this. Like I'm not trying to lose. I'd rather us not lose money, rather keep us defensive. That goes back to the things I preach about, the things I talk about, the things I preach about. You guys are like, where's the signal? But look at the market now. Imagine, I'd rather not lose a trade in this environment. Like there's, yeah, there's been reactions and stuff, but think about it, like probably would have got stopped out on some signals if like whatever strategy, wherever I saw any, like probably would have got stopped out or draw down. It's kind of better to just be patient when the market's going crazy like this. But yes, especially here, like wasn't planning on sending any signals when this was dropping. I was like, nah. Afterwards, I was like, damn. Five-minute candles moving like 500 pips. I mean, see if $5,000 holds. Maybe 5K holds. If not, next week's a new week, new month loading, right? Look what I wrote on my Instagram stories yesterday. I said, get ready for February. I said, like, I did some Instagram stories yesterday. I said there's like plenty of opportunities this week, this month, today. Like, you make money, you keep it. The job's done. Like, you don't always have to keep trying to make more. That's why I didn't send any trades. I withdrew my accounts. I did like 6 withdrawals this month. So I was just like, and then the crazier the market, every time I looked at the market, it was just dropping more, just moving so many pips. Like, it's like, how do you send a signal when it's like, okay, the market's here, 5 minutes later you look at it and it's up 500 pips. You're like, oh shit, never mind. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's no signals. Like, there's no signals to really catch. Like, it's like you would have had to just be quick on it. Like, it was aggressive. So it's like, look at the market 1 minute and it's at this price. Look at it 5 minutes later, it's moved 300 pips, 400 pips, 500 pips, and you're, oh man, what, you know? Not really an environment I want to be like sending signals in. Does 5K hold? Maybe for next week. Like, look at the 4 hour. I'm saying at this point, trade at your own risk. Like, January's wrapping up. We're at the end of the month. Like, if you guys look at how many trades I sent this month, a good amount. Collectively, like, I sent some free signals this month, but collectively between the inner circle chat and public, like, I sniped some entries for you guys. Like, I don't know how many snipes I had to give you guys for you guys, like, to make money, right? Like, how many snipes did we catch in January? Like, I mean, snipes, guys. Like, accurate zones that could have gave us hundreds to thousands of pips. Not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, not just 4 times, not just 5 times. Like, almost 20 times. Like, I don't know how many signals and trade ideas I sent in the month of January. We're on January 30th, and you guys want more signals. I'm like, bro, the month's finished, yo. Go look back. I want you guys to go look back and look at every entry zone I gave you guys between the public chat and the inner circle. Like, I'm talking about actual snipes in the market. Like, I mean snipes, guys. Like good zones. Like, not okay trades, not alright trades. Like, good fucking trades, guys. Like, good. Every trade was a good trade. Yeah, there's a couple losses. Enough that I can count on one hand for the month. But, like, I'm talking snipes, fam. Like, snipes. Even last week, we went 3-0 in 24 hours with the inner circle. Like, we ended off going like 3-0 with, or not, maybe, was it last week? Maybe 2 weeks ago? On 123. Like, you guys always want signals. I know. But, bro, like, money was made. Like, I'm up on the month. I'm up pretty good on the month, so it's like, how much signals do I need? Like, less is more. What we mean by less is more in trading is how many trades do you actually need to make money? Like, do you need, like, to actually make money? I need 2. And I need 2, and I'm at a good week. 2 winning trades. I've had a good week. That's it. 2 winning trades. I'm at a good week. Less equals more. Right? More equals more. More losses, more wins. Yeah, more trades, more wins, but also more losses. More emotions, more time exposure in the market. How many actually wins do you need to be profitable, to make good money? Right? Because if you're sitting here like 1%, 1% every day, for the same actions you're taking, someone else is making bank and just doing, you know, maybe more risk or just something else, right? Like for me, like I need 2 good trades I 2 winning trades and I've had a good week. If it's Monday, or let's say it's Sunday market opens, and it's Tuesday and I've won 2 trades, my week is pretty much done. If I've had 2 winning trades. And I can average 25 to 30K a month by trading like that. I don't need more trades. I don't need more trades. It's not about more setups to make money. Again, my goal is to make money. My goal is not to trade all the time. My goal is to make money, not trade all the time. 1 good trade is better than 10 emotional trades is the point I'm getting to, guys. A lot of you guys are the 10 emotional traders. 1 good trade is better than 1 clean, good trade setup is better than 5, 6, 7, 10 emotional trade setups. That you're chasing price, that you want trades, that you want to make money. Focus on the setups. You'll make money. I've sent you guys snipes, like actual fucking snipes the entire month. Right? Like snipes, fam. Like actual snipers. Like some entries we can't get back. Like I'm talking about entries like if you go back to you go back to the beginning of the month, I've been calling like $4,600. Like I mean I've been giving you guys snipes all month. So I mean just wait. If trade setups are there, I'll send them, guys, but like for example, like go look at the month. It was a crazy month of like trades that I sent out, 1 person. So like actual snipes. Prices that we can't get back. Prices like $4,400. Like I've been calling buys since when? Let me see. Like the first buys I was calling at the beginning of January were literally around like $4,200 on gold. Let me see. Literally like December 30th, we started looking for buys. 33.65. At 33.65, December 30th, we were looking for buys on gold. It's been snipes the whole entire month. Maybe I meant to. Maybe that was the edit. Oh, I think that was the edit. 33. Maybe that was the edit. Yeah, I think that was the edit. I meant to write something else. Yeah, I think I edited that wrong. So since like 4,300, we've been literally looking for buys. There, I took 1 loss. If you guys go look at the actual entries I gave you, like the entry points, the trade zones, the targets getting smashed, like enough money could have been made up to this point. Like a lot of trades. And that's in 1 chat right there, and then this chat over here too. Yesterday's trade, for example. So I mean, like trading is not about more trades. Like it's just becoming effective. Like for me, it's 2 trades, 2 good trades, and I'm up on the week. I don't need to stress out and be like if I have a winning day and it's 2 trades in that day, or if I have 2 winning trades in a row, like, and it's Tuesday, Monday, too. Like I don't need to stress out for the week and try to make more. Like I'm in a good spot. That's where less is more. The same trade you're taking, the same trade you're making $50 on, $100 on, whatever it is, someone else is making $5,000 on, $2,000 on, $100,000 on, $50,000 on. It takes the same effort to make $100 as it does to make $10,000. Same effort. Same effort. Same trade, the same effort to make $100 as it does 1,000, 1,000 as it is 2,000, 2,000 as it is 5,000. It's the same effort. So that's one thing. Like when it comes to signals, like a lot of you guys will message like, "Where's the signals? Where's the signals?" Will message me too, and I see it every day. I get the DMs. I'm teaching you guys patience. Like one trader. I'm just one trader, right? This isn't trading's not a team sport. One thing too, like it's not like a team sport, right? You have to be solitary. You have to learn when to walk away from the charts. You have to learn when to take a break. You have to learn to be disciplined. No one else is going to help you be disciplined but you, right? So if I don't stream, if I'm not sending signals, that's discipline. That's me being disciplined, right? Because we all know trading takes patience. We all know your mentors, everyone says like you don't need to trade every day. So again, that's why like there'll be days you don't see me send signals. It's just discipline. I know discipline. I've lost money and made it all back. I've been to the bottom. I've been to the top of the mountain, and I've been thrown back to the bottom. I know how to be disciplined. To climb, it takes discipline to climb back up to the top of the mountain. You need discipline. And when you climb higher, mistakes get costly. Like the higher you climb, you got to understand it's not $50 mistakes, $100 mistakes. It's $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 mistakes. So the higher you climb, why do you think I'm disciplined? Because the same mistakes you guys make, the same things problems you might have, I could have too. It just might cost me 10 times more. So that's where discipline comes into a factor, right? Discipline. If it comes back to 5,000, I already said it like 17 times. If it comes back to 5,000, I might look for buys. I already said it like 17 times, 18 times now. For those, if it comes near 5K, I might look for buys today and maybe hold it over the weekend and see like what happens maybe for the day, like how the 4-hour closes, maybe around 5,000, around that area. If it comes back, I'm trading small right now because like people are replying to my story. Like I made money with 001s this month. Well, like the last 2 weeks mainly, because the last 2 weeks were moving a lot. This week especially, like I made money trading small. Like people were replying to my stories. Like, why are you trading with 001s? I'm making money in the those 001s is doing damage right now. I'll tell you that much. Yo, the way gold's moving right now, like you don't need big lot sizes. So there's a double-edged sword with that being said. Yeah, it sounds exciting. Like you can make money, but yo, you got to be prepared. Like those 001s, like the market's moving right now. Like gold's moving right now. So people are replying to my stories or even asking me like, why are you using 001s? But I'm like, I'm using multiple around an area, right? It's not just one. There's a few here. There's probably like 20 here, maybe. Say about it since gold, maybe more than that since gold, because this was up like $1,600. This was up $1,600. This trade was up $1,600 yesterday. I ended up closing it out for like $1,280. At the most, it was up on 001s. Like 001s be doing damage right now, so that's what I mean. Like I might, if it comes back to 5K, I might trade it small around there. Like put some 001s around that price and see how it holds. Maybe on the 4-hour. Nothing too crazy though, because like honestly, like look at gold. Like it's not really tradable right now for me. I'd rather start the new month fresh. Like when the market's like this, like just like moving like this, I'd rather just like start the new month fresh. Because like it's overstimulating when you're always on the chart so much. Like that's why like it's good to take breaks too, so you're not overstimulated, like always on the charts, always on the charts, always on the charts, trying to make money. For most weeks, like you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. For me, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Most weeks, I'm profitable by Wednesday. And most weeks, that's the most money I'll make. is the profit I've made up to that point, even if I keep trying to make more for the rest of the week. So think about what I'm talking to you right now. Like, actually think about what I'm saying to you right now with your trading experience and when you go forward in your trading. Because I've been trading for 11 years. This is why I withdrew on Wednesday. You guys saw my stories and stuff and what I was saying. I withdrew. This is why I did I've done withdrawals. This is why I withdrew everything. Because I realized for me, it doesn't take more days to make the most money consistently. It's about consistency, right? So I explained this the other day before I even did the withdrawals. I was saying, like, for me, if you're in the inner circle, I was explaining this too. I think I was in the inner circle, I was explaining this because I haven't streamed much this week. I was saying, for me, by Wednesday, I've usually made the most money. Like, if I've won trades, if I've won 2-3 trades or whatever, I've caught moves. Maybe I lost a trade or two in there, whatever it is. From when the market opened, by Wednesday, usually I'm up the most money for the week that I will be up, even if I continue trading. 7-8 times out of 10, by Wednesday, I'm going to usually be up the most profit, even if I want to continue keep trading. So usually it's like, usually for me, it's like, whatever I'm up Wednesday, I'll withdraw. Like, if I'm up and it's Wednesday, I'm like, okay, my week is pretty much done. If it's Wednesday and I'm up 12,000, like this week I was up $18,000 by Wednesday. If I'm up, I know, no, it doesn't matter how much money I'm up, more or less. It doesn't matter how much money. It's not about the amount of money. It could be more or less. It could be 4,000 one day. This week, by Wednesday, I was up 18,000. Last week, I was up 7,000. It could be more, it could be less. I just know based on what I've done to get to that point, to get to that result that I've achieved by Wednesday, that's going to be the most that I will get based on what has already happened, how much time has gone by, especially with how much time is remaining left in the week. I know that for me, my trading. So that's why a lot of weeks you guys will see me just tone things down sometimes, because it's like usually by Wednesday, by Thursday, or after Wednesday, let's say when Wednesday's finished, I'm usually up. The most my account will be up. If I keep trading, usually if I keep trading, I'll give the profit. I'll give a chunk of the profit back to the market. Maybe 20% of it, 40% of the profit back to the market. That's why I am the way I am. Because it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. That was the beginning of this conversation. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. How do you keep money? You just stop trading sometimes. You just realize the job is done. How do you keep? You withdraw, you pay yourself, you stack your chips, you start over again. That's what I do week in, week out. And I've showed you guys this consistently for 4 weeks straight, where I was able to make over $48,000 this month trading gold, withdrawn to my account. I've shown you guys this 4 weeks in a row, consistency trading. Yeah, I took losses. You guys saw the losses. The losses were there. But I took more wins. Yeah, I took a couple losses, which all of you guys freaked out about when they happened. If you guys didn't notice the other day, you guys didn't even notice this. The 2 live streams I've done, I did these 2 streams this week. I did the same thing 2 days in a row. If you go back to the 2 live streams I did at the beginning of this week, where we caught buys, I was taking buys live. This account, I ended up redepositing in it. Now it's up $8,000. So we caught these buys live. I did the same thing 2 days in a row on those streams. I literally hopped on and did the same thing 2 days in a row. 4 days ago, we hopped on live. We took buys on gold. It hit stop loss. I re-entered, took the same buys. It ended up winning. It was a perfect trade. Next day, I did the same thing. It was a perfect trade, no problem. Just show up, do the same thing. See, like, I did the same thing 2 days in a row. One day it was different, same result. The next day, did the same thing, same result. One day was a bit harder. The next day was easier. I did the same thing both days though. Same result. Profit. Money. If you guys have been following me the last month, guys, I've cleared almost $50,000 in the last 4 weeks trading gold. Almost 47, about there, 47, 48, almost $50,000 this month trading gold. I've sent you guys every single signal, like maybe like 2 or 3 of them I didn't, and there's a couple I missed. All right. It was a good month. We're getting ready for February. I say that because it was a good month. We're getting ready for February. We're not sitting here like, we're not sitting here. Like, if you're sitting here right now, like, what's the next? Just get ready for February. Just get ready for February. It's a new month, new opportunities. This is why I say the end of the, like, same with the end of the month. Like, you have, like, I talk about this stuff all the time. You have week number 1 in your trading. Just like I said, by Wednesday, I'm usually profitable. So I just went on a whole ramble with you guys and said, usually by Wednesday, because again, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. You could be, you have your weeks, right? Week number 1, week number 2, week number 3, you have your weeks in the month, right? It could be week number 2. Let's say week number 2 is done, and you could be in profit. Your account could be grown. Consistently, that might be the most profit you make in the months, is like 2 weeks in. You might be good at being consistently profitable those first 2 weeks. That little bit of profit you grab those first 2 weeks might be the most profit you make in the entire month. It's not about more weeks trading. Like, it could be week number 3 and your account has multiplied, your account has grown, right? It's not about more weeks and more days to, like, keep yourself at a good point, right? To just continue maybe the next week or the next month. It took me 5 years to realize that. It took me a long time to realize that, right? Because you could have 3 successful weeks in the market, and then you could ruin it all the 4th week. Like, you could trade really good week number 1. Good trades, you're in profit. Okay, get ready week number 2. Good trades, you're in profit. Week number 3, good trades, you're in profit. Week number 4, you could lose it all in one day. Week number 4, you could lose it all in a couple trades, or in just, you could lose all of that in 1 week, right? And this is what I tell you guys. Towards the end of the month, I show you guys this. I'm literally telling you guys, I'm literally showing you guys how I showed you guys this, because you guys are asking, where's the trades? Where's the trades? I didn't send any trades, because I tell you guys all the time, it's good to put your foot on the brakes the last week of the month. I do this example all the time. I don't know if you're new here, maybe you've never seen me talk about this, but if you're not new here and you haven't heard me talk about this before, then I don't know. I've talked about it a lot. Most traders lose their accounts, their money, their profit, whatever it is, on the last week of the month, or on Thursdays and Fridays, mainly at the end of the week. So you got to remember, you got to look at that for yourself too, because, like, you could be 3 weeks profitable. That's pretty much the month, right? Like, how much more do you need to do? Like, just like I was explaining with the days. It's like, it could be Wednesday. Wednesday could be done. You could be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're going on a Thursday, Friday, and it's like, you could be up. Your account could be grown. But you could easily give that back to the market at the end of the week. So I'm saying this because I noticed a lot of people lost money yesterday. The reason we're having this conversation is because a lot of you guys, even though it's been a consistent month, a well put through month, an amazing month, a lot of you guys blew your accounts yesterday. A lot of you guys lost all your profits yesterday. A lot of you guys gave it all back to the market. Even though you spent the last 30 days doing good trades. So again, like, you have to be defensive in your trading. Trading's not about offense. It's defense too. You got to be defensive. Otherwise, you're going to fuck your time. Otherwise, you're going to ruin 30 days of time. And then you got to go back to the drawing board and you got to start over. Don't worry, I've been there. I've been there plenty of times. I've had days where I've lost 10,000. I've had account like I've had days where I lost $10,000 in a day, and then had to make $20,000 the same day, like because I wanted to make my L back. All right, I've been through all that. I've been through a lot. Like I've literally had days where I lost 10K, and I literally full ported to make 20K just so I could make my 10K back. Like I've had like days like that. I've had days like that where it's like, and it sucks. So like if you had a day like that yesterday or this week, you gotta screenshot it. You gotta remember it. You gotta put it in. You gotta remember that shit. Like you gotta actually like remember days like, because I see the chats, guys. Even though I might not talk in them, like most times, like I see what people say in the chats and stuff, and then sometimes my DMs I'll scroll through and read a little bit. I see what people say, so I see it all. That's where you learn, and I've learned years ago. I also learned in, where was it? I think I learned in here too, because I lost $14,000. Remember, I showed it. I took a $14,000 L in there, and then I made it back. I also showed how I made it back on my funded account. I took a 14K L in there, and I ruined a bunch of good trades in one trade. I lost $14,000. I learned there really quickly, like, you know, things are out in, there's going to be things that happen that are out of your control. I remember losing 14 G's around there. And those are situations, and for any of you guys who experienced maybe that this week, there's going to be things, that just shows you, like, no matter how easy things can be, no matter how, like, the good times can be going, things can be working, there's going to be something that comes one way or the other. 5,000, just watching it. I might take some trades on 5,000, maybe in the afternoon. I don't know, the 4 hour. This thing's crazy. Like I said, like it's literally moving hundreds of pips. It might not even be. It might be worth it. It might not even be worth it. It could turn into like this. If 5K doesn't hold, like maybe going into next week or the end of the day, then it's probably going to turn into like a bigger extension down. Maybe it gets like some recovery and then just dumps one more time and takes it back to like closer daily structure, like farther, like 4,700. That'll be crazy, but look at the way it's moving. Will it hold? It's questionable. It's questionable. Someone asked if it'll hold the 5K. Like I said, trade at your own risk. Today, I'm not sending a signal today. All right. If you think I'm going to send a signal today, guys, I'm not. All right. I'm not. Trade at your own risk. Like, look at the market. It's moving like a fucking meme coin right now. All right. Is it going to hold 5K? It's questionable. I might be entering trades. I might not. I might have just sent some money from my ledger to my account. I might have not. I don't know. It's questionable. Might be things I'm doing, might be things I'm not doing. Might be, might not be. I don't know. I might not be, I might be, I might not be. So I don't know. Trade at your own risk, because I'm not sending a signal today. I'll go over analysis. 5K maybe holds into next week. It's a risky trade. It's a risky setup, guys. It's a risky setup. Am I gonna, if I was doing what I just said I might be doing, I might try to hold it into the weekend. I might, all right? I might. But that's I'm not sending a signal today. The month was good. I think I took like 4 losses in the month of January on signals. 5 max. And one of the trades I lost, or 2 of them I think I lost, it was literally like a re-entry. Like it was like stop loss was entry, and it like held the zone. 5,000 might hold. You could wait for the 4-hour to close bullish on here, but if it does, that's going to be like the end of the day, and you'd have to try to hold into the weekend or just wait until next week. Again, trade at your own risk, though. Like that's all. That's trade at your own risk. Trade at your own risk appetite. All right. Cause I don't know where you put it. Like right now for a signal, guys, it's like I would put a stop loss like down here, and I don't think you guys want a $100 stop loss or like a $50 stop loss right now. Like where do you put a stop loss right now is the question on gold. It's like, you know, okay, you got to put it here at the low. Okay, that's an $80 stop loss. There you go. $80 stop, $100 stop loss. Like you like right now, it's not really like in the best like entry parameters for me in terms of, unless that's it. Unless now we're trading with $50 to $100 stop losses on gold. Because yeah, we're used to using like $10 to $15, right? Maybe $20 at the most. Which, yo, it's pretty small. Just damn, yo. So yeah, like you'd kind of like the breathing room, like with how we normally trade. It's like damn, like our stop loss size is gonna have to increase. Like, you're gonna have to give it like it's, you know. So until we get like a better, cleaner, defined setup, like break and retest. That's where like break and retest setups in the trend are gonna work good. Like a break and retest, because it's like you have a structure. That it's kind of like, okay, I could enter here and my stop loss can kind of go like here, right? Break and retest setups are going to work like good when there's volatility like this, because like you have a structure behind you. Or it's like when you're trying to buy a reversal like this, you have to be more patient, maybe more precise. Which I'm patient, but I'm an aggressive trader. Like I'm a frequent trader. I know, you know, but so like now it's like I got to tone that down. Some of that frequency maybe a bit. So the market's like, it's called adapting to things. You just gotta adapt, take some time, maybe smaller trades, less trades. Wait for the 4-hour. I don't know, 4-hour might close bullish today here, might not, guys. Might carry on into the weekend, it might not. It's a high risk environment right now with gold. Could be better to wait for the new month to open up and just continue on things next week and see where the markets are at next week. If it was like a Thursday and this was just like a normal pullback, we'd be like, yo, I don't know, like after what happened yesterday, it's like, we'd be normally looking at this like, yo, we gotta buy the dip. Which I might be kind of looking at it like that, like a little bit. There's a part of me that has that, but I know it's a high risk environment, so just be cautious if you're thinking maybe this could flip up. Is gold top? I don't know if gold's making the top yet. We're going to find out February to March. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Next area is far down. So like 5K is the first area. If it doesn't hold 5K, then it's like, all right, well, let's wait for the next bigger, stronger area. Or like you got to focus on your sessions volume. Like if you're like, this is where like when volatility is like this, you really got to focus on like, okay, your market open times. Like maybe look for a trade just at a time. Like, okay, I'm only going to trade London session. Because in a time like this where volatility's like this, you'll look at price every hour and you'll see it significantly change. Right, you're going to see price move $30, $40, $50 every time you look at it. You could put your phone down and you could look at price an hour from now and you'll see a significant price change. You could look at it 5 hours and be like, oh, wow, it changed a lot. So to avoid that, to ignore all of that, because you don't want to be always looking at that right now. You don't want to be looking at the volatility like, oh, my God, price is moving. That's where you're going to get FOMO. Because right now it's pretty normal for it to seem to have these hundreds of pip swings. So if like you're looking at the market here, or let's say you're looking at the market right now at 5,006, and then 30 minutes from now it's up here and you're like, oh my God, I gotta buy, why didn't I buy? right? Like that type of FOMO. So if you're constantly looking at price, you're going to have that type of FOMO. Where if you're looking at price right now, and then 30 minutes from now or an hour, you look at it and it's at a completely different price, you're going to, so don't do that. Don't try to constantly look at price. One thing. All right? Because it's going to be changing a lot frequently. What I would do if you're trying to take a day trade, one trade a day, maybe two trades, position yourself around the time. Say, okay, I'm only going to trade at this time. And I'm going to look for a setup at this time maybe, or London session or New York session. Like trade going into maybe when the volume's coming in. Don't just try to trade any time of the day, because it was really easy to do that the last 30 days. Like honestly, it was really easy to just kind of get in gold different times of the day, right? But since the volatility is significantly increasing with price, right? There's if you're looking at the charts a lot, you're going to see significant changes. One moment's going to be up $50. One moment's going to be down $50, right? So like if you're missing things, that might give you more FOMO, is what I'm saying. So I would say like give yourself a plan, maybe like, okay, you know what? I'm only going to trade London. I'm only going to look at the market at this time and this time, or at this time. I'm not going to look at the market any other time. So that way you're ignoring all other price movements that when the market's moving like this, there's a lot of volatility. It's obviously great for like scalpers. Scalpers are fucking it up, but like there's different strategies in a market like this, but you have to be adaptable and fast. Like if you're trying to scalp the market, you have to be a quick personality, like a quick at making action when price is spiking up or when price is spiking down. Maybe not the easiest environment to trade in. Like look, it just spiked up. Like that's what I mean. Like right there, moments like that where you might be watching price and you see it spiking up and you're like, oh my god, I gotta get in. And then it drops $30. So right now, like you gotta understand, like price is moving up, down $20, $30 easily. So I would maybe like one analysis at a time, one session at a time. If you're day trading, okay, let me just focus on this session, one analysis, one at a time. Win or lose, okay, let me come back the next day or the next session. Instead of just free roaming, looking at the charts, all areas of the day, all zones, all prices. That might be a better approach with all this volatility. Because you're going to just see significant, easy price changes right now. Like right now, it's literally making, this just swung down like $30, $40 almost. So if you're chasing those green candles, or even if you're chasing like red, if you selling here and it jumps up, like might spike up $20 and look like, okay, it's getting ready to reverse, but it's not, right? So yeah, trade at your own risk. I'm not sending any signals. There's no signals. Don't expect any signals from me today, guys. I'm not going to be sending any signals today. We'll see where we are at next week. One trade at a time, one setup at a time, right? Right now, market is definitely trending bearish from the looks of things. And yeah, gold is dumping. Yeah, we're at 60. See what I mean? Like it just dropped $40. I'm already down $400. I'm telling you guys what I'm doing, but like I'm not sending any signals today. This is like I'm not signal sending today. So you can follow, trade at your, like I said, trade at your own risk on a day like today. But next week's a new week, which is a new month, right? Looks like 5,000 is not going to hold. And this thing could dump down to like the daily level. Like there is a big daily level that it could just easily dump to if it doesn't try to reclaim 5K today. Like the 4-hour could flip back up. The 4-hour could try to flip back up from this area and try to like reclaim 5K. Like it's far right now. Normally it's like, damn, price is $30, but apparently $30 right now is nothing. So yeah, you have to be prepared. Like if you're looking for levels to hold, you have to be prepared for it might go below my level. Like normally, like how we normally trade. Like we normally trade with that kind of mindset of like, yo, it might go below my level, maybe $5, $10. But right now it's more like $20, $30. So it's like patience. If you're up on the month, do what I secured profit Wednesday. I secured withdrawals. I showed some. I even posted a few on my story from this month. It's always good. Like when the consistently you get out. That's why I like to withdraw early in the week. Wednesdays, I withdraw a lot on Wednesdays. I've shown this numerous amounts of times. Because I'm telling you, when something like this happens and you're out of the market, you've withdrawn your accounts, you feel like a boss. You're gonna feel like, fuck yeah, like thank God I did that. So that's why I consistently withdraw. So I'm out of the market, because it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. You can make money. I'm sure every single one of you guys have made money trading. You just haven't kept it. You've just lost it, right? Like I'm sure every single one of you guys have had profitable weeks, profitable months, profitable phases in your trading where you had a good 3-4 months, or you had a good phase. You've had profitability. A lot of, like, most of you guys know how to get your accounts up in the week. You know how to start the week where you're at, and you know how to grow it in the week. But most of you guys just don't keep your growth. You don't keep your money. You just give it back to the market. It took me a long time to get good at doing that, but over time it happened. I mean, yeah, it's going down. You got to expect this volatility. Like 5K, it's a psychological level. It could try to reclaim it. It's gone below it. This is like the third time I've seen it go below it today, or maybe fourth. Like earlier today it was below 5K, and then it went back above it, and then not that long ago it was. So it's like the 4 hour could try to flip it. It could try to reclaim it maybe by the end of the day. That's about it. It's like if that holds or not. If it doesn't hold, then it's like, okay, probably gonna go down to like $4,800 or like $4,700. All right, if it doesn't hold that, it'll probably come down. I'm not looking for it. If it comes down, it's not like, okay, if it comes here, am I looking for a trade? No, it's like if it doesn't hold this, then leave the market as it is. Like if it doesn't reclaim 5K, if it doesn't try to hold the 5K, then it's like, okay, it'll go down to probably like maybe 4,900, 4,800. Doesn't mean if it goes there, I'm looking for a trade. It's just like, okay, some things are going to work, some things aren't going to. And you just got to accept that and not try to be like, okay, what's net? Like if it doesn't work, I got to do this. I got to buy again. No, like it works or it doesn't. If it doesn't, then I just leave it at that. It's not, because most of the questions I get like is like, okay, Evan, what if 5K doesn't hold? Where do we buy then? It's not always that. It's not always like that. Trading doesn't have to be like, okay, if it doesn't reclaim it, if it doesn't come back or close bullish here on the 4 hour above 5K, then it's like, that's that. It didn't do it. It doesn't mean the same trade is still there at a lower price. It maybe means just wait. Maybe we got to wait, see what the market does. New month, new week loading. Remember, we have a new month, new week. That's why I didn't stream. When I saw gold yesterday, I was like, I'm not even going to stream this market. I'm just going to chill, wait for the week to wrap up. It could try to reclaim. You never know. It could try. Like, I'm not trying to be optimistic here, but it's just like, this is what's in front of us. It's either going to try to reclaim 5K, maybe hold 5K or not. Right? Same stuff we look at usually. Like, we're not looking at anything we haven't talked about before on streams. Either it does or it doesn't. Either it reclaims 5K or it doesn't. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, then the market obviously is going down. Remember, there's things that are going to work. There's things that aren't going to work, guys. It's either it holds or not. I don't have like a crystal ball to like tell you what's going to happen if it doesn't hold 5K. Okay, if it doesn't hold 5K, it's just going to probably try to find like a lower zone. That's where it's like we take it day by day. This is what's here right now. Maybe today this holds. Maybe it reclaims. If it doesn't, we continue the market Monday, Tuesday, day by day. Remember, what I mean by day by day is go watch that session and that session. I did the same thing 2 days in a row. And it's like, okay, I just showed up to the market at one time. I saw what was in front of me. I went for it. I did the same exact thing the next day. And both days were profitable days. I didn't overthink it. I didn't think like, okay, like what happens if this happens, or does it go here, this, that. No, I just traded what was really in front of me. And that was what was there. What I saw, and what was in front of me. I didn't overthink like, okay, what if this goes down, or what if this goes up, or what if this. No, I was like, okay, this is what's here at this time. Let me see if it plays out or not. And that's kind of just like how I take my trading. All right, I don't try to overthink things. 5K could reclaim. You know, I grabbed entries down there. I'm over here. Like, I don't know if you guys see what I'm doing with my hands, but like I said, I'm not sending a signal, but I'm just giving some analysis, some input here. Some input. I'm not sending a signal today. Why? Because I don't want to get pissed off and be like, why the fuck did I send a signal in today? 5K might claim and it might go up. You might see me post a story about it next week, win or lose. It might be a loss or a win, but I'm full porting. I full ported. I pretty much full ported. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. Not really. Does it hold? Like I said, it's maybe 5K holds, maybe 5K doesn't. I don't know. It's 11:43 on a Friday. Market's retesting $5,000 for gold. Ethereum's below 3,000. Wah wah wah. What would you prefer? $5,000 Ethereum or $5,000? What do we want? What do we want? Gold to 8,000 or Ethereum to 5,000? What would you prefer? Gold. What would you guys prefer? Gold going to $10,000 or Ethereum going to $5,000? What would you prefer? Internal transfer. Yeah, I just got some 001. I put some 001s down there. You bet I did. Below 5K and around 5K. I got some 001s down there. I'm trading with 001s right now. Because, man, like, if it holds, it might go up hundreds of pips. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. What if this thing just goes back up to 5,200 market? Like, you know, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to see if 5K holds on the 4 hour. Like, there's already a pullback here. Went up, and then it went up, and then it went up. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Like, where does it go to if it does? It's questionable. That's questionable, like, because gold's moving hundreds of pips right now. Like, it could go to 5,040, and that's 400 pips. Like, a small move right now is like 400 pips. So it could go to 5,040, that's 400 pips, but the 4 hour hasn't moved that much. Like, if the 4 hour really holds, like, maybe it pushes back up to 5,100. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe 4 hour holds. Like, if the 4 hour closes bullish, if it's a Friday buy the dip situation, it might go up until next week. I mean, into next week. I told you guys I might be buying at 5K. I bought below it, but I have small trades on a big account. Like, I'm literally doing 001s because I don't want to, you know, I'm doing like little trades because the way gold's moving. Maybe reclaims, maybe it doesn't. With the way it's moving, I swear, like, scalping right now. Next week's going to be interesting. I swear, it's going to be an interesting week next week. We're going to be patient next week. If you're day trading, like I said, focus on times. Like, maybe give yourself a time that you know. Like, New York sessions is really volatile in general. Like, New York session is always usually really volatile. So maybe Sydney, Tokyo, because, like, there's usually less volume in Sydney, Tokyo, but gold still moves in Sydney, Tokyo. But right now it's moving hundreds of pips, so it'll still move a lot. I really like looking at gold a bit before London session, going into London session. So like late Tokyo, before London session. I find it's been moving good in there. A bit cleaner. Not as crazy as the New York sessions. Maybe it holds, maybe it doesn't, guys. That's all I see on gold. Like I said, that's if I see anything on gold, this is it. Like maybe 5K claims. It would be something we would look at on a regular day. Like for anybody who's been here before, it's pretty much like similar to, I could say, stuff like trades and setups and market environments we've looked at before. You could still wait on that 4-hour close, see where it's at the end of the day, maybe around 2 p.m. in a couple of hours. Like see when this candle is finished, where it is, if it's still around here, if it looks more bullish. Because again, it is a high risky environment. Like if you're looking at risky, it's markets in a higher risky environment. So for some of you, it might be a better idea not to trade depending on your emotions, where you're at in the week, where you're at in the month. You could even still see where this thing's at in a couple of hours from now. And maybe it's finishing the day lower still around this 5K, maybe around this 5K on the 4-hour closing bullish. That'll be something to maybe consider. All right. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But for now, price is fluctuating. That's all there really is, guys. Like I'm not giving it, this isn't a signal. I'm not giving out a trade signal, stop loss, take profit. If you want that, just wait for next week. New month loading. This is just analysis on gold. This area may hold for the day. May try to reclaim the 5K. If it doesn't, we'll be back next week pretty much, guys. I know you guys all want to know where gold's gonna go, but like it's Friday. Like realistic expectation, it's Friday afternoon. The market's closing soon. So you're either taking the risk of it reclaiming or not. Is it like if you're willing to do that, you're willing to do that. If not, like that's just realistic expectation. Is it the best time to be trading? No, Friday usually not. Right? So watch this, maybe it reclaims. That's why I said like if I'm trading this, I'm taking small trades, like little trades, 001s. Maybe a couple of them just to spread it out. I'm giving you guys a few scenarios here that you could do. You could wait for the 4-hour to close bullish and still see if it reclaims 5,000 and see how the 4-hour closes. You could wait a couple hours, see where this thing's in the afternoon, or just wait till next week, or just not trade, right? I'll be waiting till next week. Me, like trading this, I'm just trading it very, very small, like not doing big lots in case there is this drawdown, right? Because I understand right now, gold is very volatile. So $20, $30 swings might be normal to see. So if you're not prepared for that, maybe wait for the 4-hour. Maybe wait for the 4-hour to reclaim, maybe small entries, or again, just wait for next week. Maybe 5K doesn't reclaim. Like it looks like it just did a little break and retest at it. But you got 5-minute candles literally moving. This is crazy. I've never seen gold move like this, actually. 5-minute candles moving $40. That engulfing candle there, literally $57 move. Normally a $57 move is like the type of move that could make us a lot of money, right? Like a $50 move on gold, you're making good money. So that's what I mean, like it's making these on 5-minute candles. It's crazy. It's like a meme coin. Basically, right now, gold's like a meme coin. Basically, trading like a meme coin at the moment. Pretty much. Pretty much trading like a meme coin. So, I mean, we might not be used to that. You might not be used to that. That's the point I'm getting to. Like, if you're not used to this volatility, like if it doesn't feel right, it's not your risk appetite, then wait till next week, you know? Wait till you have that confluence, that confidence. I've given you guys a few scenarios since the beginning of the session, right? Remember exactly what I said at the beginning. First conversation we had was this. You could wait So like we're giving you guys a few things you can do. Remember, let's not forget the conversation since the beginning, guys. Scenario number 1 was, okay, guys, we had a big daily drop. Like, I'm not giving signals here. I'm just giving you guys some blueprints, some game plans, maybe to go into next week, right? This isn't a signal. If it was a signal, I would have sent one, right? Market's going down. I'm down a couple bucks on my $5,000 entries. So, for example, like the first discussion we had in the first 5 minutes of this session was daily candle dropped. The first thing you can do is wait a couple days and see how the price forms after a couple days. And then the second conversation we had was with 5K. So 5K is obviously not holding at the moment, right? We had 2 conversations this session. Well, a lot of conversations, but 2 in general. The first one, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, was about the daily and all the drops. We talked about the drops on gold. So the first conversation, I hope you guys didn't forget, because the first conversation we had, because I'm going to go over this probably one more time next week, and then we'll see what the market does, right? I'm going to go over this probably one more time next week, and then we're going to see what the market does, right? So the first thing we talked about on gold, right, was the daily. So, okay, daily had a big drop. You could wait a couple of days and see how that forms, right? That was conversation number 1. So that's next week. Like, this daily dropped. Let's see how the next couple of days form. In the near term, like today, maybe squeezing into next week, if we're lucky, right? We're maybe lucky here, 5K reclaims. And that's really it. Like, it's either daily, see how the next couple of days form, or maybe today that 4-hour reclaims 5K. Maybe it does. Maybe you get a 4-hour bullish close. Like, you still, I gave you again, you could watch the 4-hour candle and see if it closes bullish. That could still happen with time remaining. If that does, then maybe that's an indication that market pops up on open next week. Or like the same thing on the daily. It's like, let the daily close bullish, pop up. Maybe that's here or lower. 4-hour could still reclaim. If it does, I'll get lucky if it reclaims today. I'll be in a lucky situation. I'm risking some of my profit on maybe a bouncing here, maybe a reclaiming. That's what I'm doing. That doesn't mean you guys gotta follow. It's not a signal. I'm not sending a signal today. Well, like I said, I'm explaining what I'm doing. I'm not sending a trade signal. So it's entirely up to you whether you follow or not, or go with the analysis. That is entirely up to you. Hopefully the 4-hour closes bullish and I get a little lucky today. I feel like today might be a spicy one. A little bit of luck with this. If that 5K level can reclaim. It's below 5K. If the 4-hour flips bullish, then it will. But, you know, that's kind of betting on that, right? With the way it's moving, like normally, like it's $20 away. Normally that would be like, yo. But I see gold moving $57 on 5-minute time frame right there. $57. If it made a $57 move up right now, it would be at here, and I would be, if it made just a $57 move, and I'd be in profit. If it makes a $57 move down, then I'm GG'd for the day and losing some of the profit I made this week and this month. I'm willing to risk that with the situation I'm in. So that's why I say this is not a trade signal. I'm willing to risk that with the situation that I'm in for the month, the week. I had a good month. I had a good week. Might be a risky one. It looks might be a risky one here. Or the last thing I said, you could wait a couple hours and see where the market is. It's either like 4-hour flips 5K, or in a couple hours they find buy the dips. I'm gonna wrap the session up though. Like, That's really the only scenario you have today. If this 4 hour can flip. Otherwise, just waiting for next week, new month. Let the daily maybe give some closure. What I mean by that is something like this on the daily here. Or here where I'm circling, these examples where I'm circling, like let the daily close. Because we've had to move on the daily down. Some of these areas that I'm circling right now, where you've seen like big drops on the daily, decent ones. Oh, here's an engulfing candle at the bottom. Like even just these moves, I know here didn't work, but just for confirmation, like if you're looking for confirmation on the daily, it's even getting candles like this or candles like this. Even though that first one didn't work, that's still confirmation. Like I would have, like, I guarantee you I was looking for buys here. I guarantee you 100% I was looking for buys in that area when the market made these candles after this big drop. It didn't go up. I was probably expecting it to go back up. It didn't. Market went down, and then you had this engulfing candle. Engulfing candle ended up getting retested. So daily confirmation didn't work, but that's a confirmation still. Market comes down, forms the setup again. Here's daily confirmation, like right here after a daily correction down. You can see it's like a break and retest there. Daily correction, market pushes up. So like rejection candles on the daily. That might take a few days though to get. Like you could see, like these are a few days. Market comes down, rejects. That's where it's like, okay, maybe a base is established. If you get, you know, in a couple of days, daily rejection. But remember this over here, like this over here is something that could happen. Let's say we get daily rejection, but market still drops. I wouldn't freak out. 4 hour, yeah, I need to get a little lucky there. Market just pushed up to like 86 there, and I think it wants to come back to 5K today. I think it will, but I could be wrong. I waited for like it to get as extreme as I could till I started buying the dip. So it's like, fuck, if this dip doesn't work, then I'm waiting till next week pretty much. Like I waited, like I didn't stream yesterday. I didn't send any signals. I didn't stream last night. I didn't stream till now. So I literally waited for this thing to get as extreme as it could till I was like, all right, let's see what's up. But damn, maybe this thing has some more extremeness to go. We'll see. 5K reclaims today or not. Maybe I get lucky. I might get lucky here by the forex gods. Hopefully I get a little lucky. Hopefully I get lucky here. No, I waited. I was gonna stream like after this dropped yesterday. I was gonna get on in the afternoon. I was at the gym and I was about to get on. And then it just moved up too quick, and I was like, oh, there's no point in getting on. I was gonna get on after the first drop yesterday. Like here, after this dumped, I was gonna get on to look for buys, but it moved up way too quick. It was like hundreds of pips, like thousands of pips it moved. So I got on today because I was like, all right, 5K. Like I wasn't gonna jump on today, but I did because okay, $5,000. Like I was like, all right, this is maybe as extreme as this dip could get for the day, or maybe even going into next week. I waited like 2 days almost. I waited a good amount of time. I was patient, so I want to see like my patience. Like I didn't, you know, I wasn't chasing this all the way down. My patience has been up to this point, so that's why I was trying to see maybe if we can reclaim 5K today. Maybe it still does. If it doesn't, then it's an L day for me. I've already accepted that. So I'll see everybody next stream next week. That's really it. If 5K doesn't reclaim today, then we're probably going to like 4,900 or lower. I'm not gonna look for buys. If it goes lower, I'm going to leave it at that. Like, if it just keeps dropping and doesn't reclaim 5K, then I'm just going to chill out and let it be one trade at a time. But yeah, this is my analysis. This isn't a signal. I couldn't tell you where to put your stop loss on this. So, like, I couldn't tell you where. Under this low, 400 pips. Like, you'd probably need some breathing room to try to catch this. If anything, for some of you guys who might not be as advanced, maybe wait for next week. See where the market's at in a couple hours, if anything, too. But y'all, I'm out. I think I explained enough. Just in case if this goes up. Maybe if it goes up, it might. If it doesn't, then... If it goes up and you guys see me in a trade, you heard it here, right? If it does. I'm not saying it's going to. Again, this is not a trade signal. Just analysis on gold, live analysis. So take it for what you want. I wish it was more like, yo, buy the fucking dip, but might be a spicy scenario. That's crazy how it's moving. Like, you're getting thousands of pips of movement now, which back in the day, like I'm telling you, like the way gold's moving now, it's like, man, those even this year, it's like kind of fucked up. Like in 2000, I've been like in 2022, like the ranges, like back then, like back in 2022, the ranges were so like more condensed. So it's like figuring out those ranges because they're so expanded right now, right? Like look at these ranges, 1750. Like for example, look how big this is a 4 hour, by the way. Look how big this is. It's a big range. But it's, if you look at the price range, it's 1750 to 1870. So it's like $120 range, right? Gold just moved $120, like today, like multiple times today. Like this range here is $120. So it's just way more concrete, easier. Now it's moving like freaking Bitcoin. We don't need gold moving like Bitcoin. Gold's very concrete, structured with how it moves. But yeah, like the rate now, like you look at price right now, like that same type of price range is literally like right here today, like here to here. There you go. That same range is right here. Like here's that same type of movement. Years ago, it was that. Like it was that. So the amount of time it's taking for the market to move right now is crazy. The hundreds of pips that it's doing. It's pretty insane. Insider traders are getting wrecked. Crypto's wild. Yeah, so that's why, like right now these spike, like yeah, like I'm still holding it out, but these ranges are crazy right now, so it's adapting to them. Even 5K not holding, almost did, but even that slight 5-minute candle above it was like $17 above it on a 5-minute candle. Is it the top? Who knows? We'll find out, guys. We will find out if it's the top. Remember, signals, this is not a trade signal day. This is not a signal. Like I said, trade at your own risk today. Analysis, education, mindset, blueprints for next week, next month. We got a new month loading, right? Is it the top? We'll find that out. Like, I'm not trying to think all like that right now. Like, is it the top? Heck, when it was here, you guys were asking me if it was the top. When it was here, you guys were asking me if it was the top. When it was here, you guys were asking me the top. When it was here, you guys were asking me if it's the top. We don't know yet. We don't know if it's the top on gold yet. We're gonna find out maybe in the next month or two. Could be, maybe. Weekly's flipping. Maybe next week goes down more. The top, we're gonna find out. Like, when we're day traders, so we don't like always have to think like that. Like, we find trades at New York sessions, at London sessions. We scalp, so we don't like. If you're worried about being the top because you want to sell to catch that or a big move down, then that's different. But like, a lot of my trades last 2-3 hours, so I'm not really worried about like catching a top on gold. Or, you know, like most of my trades last like not that long. Yeah, this looks like it's not holding. Oh, wow. Yeah, 5,000 not holding. Like I said, 5,000 might hold or not. Like, trade at your own risk on a day like today. I thought I'd come on stream today because, again, it looked like the market breached a good point. Where I was like, okay, let's see if we get a little buy the dip. You know? But, you know, sometimes your patience overexceeds you, and it doesn't work out, so it's all good. Like, we had a good January overall. It's like, I want to come on. I know you guys wanted to hear from me. Like, oh, where's Evan? Where's Evan? I see in the chat. Where's Evan? Where's Evan? Why is he not trading? Where's the signals? Like, so I just want to come on and see where the market's at, see if there's any opportunity. Like we do every day. We come on. Something's here, something's there. It's either there or not, guys. Whether the market's extremely volatile or not, this could have been a regular day. And if something's in front of us, it's either going to work or not. Just like these 2 days. If you go back and watch those 2 streams, same thing. I went on the stream, did the same thing. Something was in front of us. Everybody was freaking out, but we won both days. So yeah, like 5K doesn't look like it's going to hold. And that is what it is. So we'll see how the market looks next week, guys. Like, I'm not... like I said, that wasn't a trade signal. We had enough trade signals in the month of January for solid entries. And we'll see how February approaches. We'll see how February opens up and stuff. My buys aren't working. Down on some 001s. Got like $70. Down like... You know it's bad when 001s are going down $70. Yeah, like that quick. That's bad. What 001s? That's why I didn't want to send any signals today, because I'm like, man, like, don't want to put us in a situation like this. But yeah, you know it's bad when 001s are down $60, $63, $56, $70, $45. That's when you know, like, you're down like $483 on 001s. Real quick. Should have took the sells. I should have. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But it is what it is. Like, should have took the sells. Could have. Like, I know people are saying that in the chat. Should have took the sells, but it's like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I said that for every buy I took in the last 30 days, it wouldn't have worked out. I would be on. If I thought like that for every trade I took, I'd be unprofitable. So like, if I had that mindset, every single trade I took, I'd be unprofitable. So like, it makes no sense. Like I said, things are gonna work, things are not gonna work. That wasn't a signal. So whether you took it or not, that was up to you, your own risk. I told you guys what I was doing. And who knows what happens in the next 3 hours. I might lose $1,200 today from the looks of it. Yeah, but it might be a tight one today. Damn, yo, yeah, this thing just dropped 500 pips. I got 001 down $58, 57, 55. I got one down $60. Now 58, yeah, like, damn. That's gold for you right now. I mean, that's not gold for you. That's just the volatility, man. That's volatility for you. That is volatility. I've never seen gold move like, I don't know, that, and like consistently I've seen it, but not like every single candle, like back and forth, like this one right here. Win some, you lose some. Win some, you lose some. Yo, get ready for February though. January was a great month, guys. I won't be sending any more signals for January. It's the last day of the month. So last signal was yesterday at 8 in the morning. So that's the last signal I'm going to be sending until maybe a couple days until February. All right. So just wait for the next signal, if anything. I'm out though.